Hello, I'm Govind. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to look at Form 2 Maths, Chapter 2, and we're going to go into a very important part of your entire mathematical journey because majority of people don't get this right when they start doing more advanced algebra. And then when they go forward to harder questions, they will find it very difficult, very tough to solve supposedly very easy questions, because factorizing is a technique or is a skill for you to be able to simplify very complicated algebraic expression into a very simple one. Okay, kadang-kadang kita akan nampak, you know, expression that is a very filled with a lot of terms, x, y, z, a, b, c, d, e. Jadi kalau terlalu banyak terms in that expression akan jadi sangat susah untuk buat. So today we will learn factorizing or pemfaktoran, how we're going to do this. So there are three methods actually. Okay, the common factor method, the cross multiplication method, and the algebra tiles method. So algebra tiles basically is dia orang akan suruh you lukis, algebra tiles, x, y, and so on and so forth. Okay, tapi ini is not practical for your exam. It's not practical for your exam. If you are unlucky lah, unlucky kalau malang, mungkin satu dua soalan akan, they will force you to use the algebra tiles method. Tapi for the majority of questions, usually they will ask you to just factorize, and even some questions they will just ask you to do without telling you to factorize. So dia orang tak akan paksa you guna mana-mana kaedah. So if you want to use algebra tiles method, go ahead, but I'm not going to do it because it's going to be inefficient. Inefficient maksudnya apa? Lambat, very slow. So there are two methods you can use, common factor and cross multiplication. So let's look at common factor method first. So what happens is, previously we learned that they are factors, and common factors means the faktor yang dikongsi oleh beberapa angka, or a few numbers sharing the same factor. So what happens is, let's say in this equation here, 10pq plus 15p square minus 35p. You akan nampak ada huruf yang akan dikongsi oleh kesemua nombor ataupun kesemua terms. They will share this alphabet. So now your job of factorizing, maksudnya apa? You want to bring it out. Okay, bring it out. You want to exclude this term. Bring it out. Jadi kita, kalau you boleh nampak sekarang sudah, kita nak bawa huruf P ni keluar daripada 10pq, daripada 15p kuasa 2, daripada 35p. We want to bring that P out. So what we do is, kita akan pecahkan, we're going to break this first into this. 2 times 5 times p times q, 3 times 5 times p times p, 7 times 5 times 5. Jadi kita akan boleh nampak apakah yang telah menjadikan these terms. What have made these terms? What have made these terms? So if you can see it, the one that is very obvious will definitely be the p. Okay, very obvious with the p. But if you see carefully, there's actually number 5 that is being shared also. You see here 5, 5, 5. Okay, p. Jadi apa you akan buat ialah, selepas you pecahkan, you akan ambil, okay, you can circle. After you circle, you akan ambil apa yang telah dibulatkan, ambil keluar dengan dekat sini. Ambil keluar dekat sini, make sure that all the terms have the same thing. 5p, 5p, 5p. Lepas tu apa? Okay, that is left. Okay, whatever that is left is going to be put in the kurungan. Okay, put in the kurungan. Okay, so baki dot q. Okay, kurungan dot q. Baki 3p, kurungan 3p. Baki 7, 7, then kurungan 7. Okay, and after that what do you do? We observe that 5p is a common factor. Betul? For the equation, list it down with the remaining factors. Remaining factors maksudnya apa? Remaining factors adalah apa yang telah kamu kurungkan tadi. 2q, 3p, and 7. So what happens is, you have to bring the 2q, bring the 3p, bring the 7, and you put it into a bigger kurungan. So you're going to put the common factor here. This is called the common factor. And after that, you're going to put here, which is the remaining factors. Okay, remaining factors. Okay, remaining factors. Okay, so that is done. Now let us go on to this second method, which is the cross multiplication method. And this, please be careful of this. You must master this before you go for your P3 exam. Why? Because dekat tahap P3, murid-murid tidak sepatutnya mengetahui macam mana guna kalkulator untuk dapatkan jawapan the expression for this pemfaktoran. Dia orang mesti guna cara manual. Because the cara untuk menggunakan kalkulator itu actually benda form 4. Okay, masa form 4 sebab you nak cepat, you akan guna calculator untuk merumuskan you punya expression, akan dapat jawapan untuk pemfaktoran. Tapi dekat tahap P3, buku teks kamu mengajar kamu untuk menggunakan cara manual. Jadi we will use the manual way of calculating. So what happens is, this is what you will see. Okay, first let's have an expression, x squared minus 11x plus 18. After that, what happens is you have to draw this, okay, this shape here, draw this shape here, okay. So what happens is, why we call it cross multiplication actually is because of this part, okay. The cross multiplication actually is this part, okay. But what we are doing here is, we are going to put the first term here, put the second term here, and put the third term here. Apa tu? This is the first term, this is the second term, this is the third term. Now, sekarang you akan pindahkan dan songsangkan term kedua dan term ketiga, then you put it inside here. Okay, ini telah disongsangkan, kedua dan ketiga telah disongsangkan. You put third in the middle and the second on the right side. And then what happens is, okay, I see there are a few steps. Number one, we will look at the first column first. What we do is, we must take this, multiply by this to get this. Okay, jadi let's see here. You ada x. X darab x akan bagi kamu x kuasa 2, which is x squared over here. Tepat, x darab x kuasa 2. Okay, but let's go for the second, okay, the third term. You will put the positive 18 here because of the positive 18 here. What happens is, sekarang they will ask you, how do you multiply, what two numbers multiply can give you positive 18? So you know, it can be what? Actually, not many, 6 and 3, okay? 6 and 3, maybe, you can try. So you can put maybe a 6, 3, you try lah, okay? But after that, once you do the behind, you realize that it's wrong. Okay? So, apa 6, 3, what you can use? 9, 2 lah, 9, 2, okay, so we put 9, 2. Tapi, you nampak, dekat sini ada simbol negatif. Maksudnya dekat belakang sini mesti dia ada nombor yang mempunyai simbol negatif. So what happens is, you know that you cannot put a positive 2 and a positive 9 here. Even though 9 and 2 become 18, you cannot put the 2 and you cannot put the 9. Sebab if you put the positive 2, if you put the positive 9, you will not be able to get this negative 11. Nampak ke tak? Kalau sini kamu letak positif, kalau kamu sini letak positif, you tidak akan nampak simbol negatif dekat sini. Okay? Dari mana simbol negatif itu datang? So, maksudnya simbol positif dekat sini tidak boleh digunakan. Okay? Tidak boleh digunakan. So, what we will use is, we use negative and negative. Kenapa? Because you know that negative campur dengan negatif akan bagi kamu positif. Negative or the same symbols will give you positive. So, you will use a positive 18. So we get a positive 18. Okay, after that, now is the time for the cross multiplication. This x times with negative 9, x darab negative 9 akan bagi kamu negative 9x. Okay, very simple. Second, x darab negative 2 will give you negative 2x. Simple. Okay, lepas sini, if you see here, the add here maksudnya apa? Dekat the column ketiga sini, you kena tambahkan. So, what happens here is actually negative 2x plus with a negative 9x, which will give you negative 11x. Okay, negative 2x tambah negative 9x akan bagi kamu negative 11x. Then you check. X square, adakah betul? Betul. Positive 18, adakah betul? Betul. Negatif 11x, adakah betul? Betul. Jadi, cara ini adalah kamu membuat pemfaktoran untuk this algebraic expression. Tapi belum siap. Kenapa? Sebab sekarang, you nampak the factors here, jawapan dalam kurungan. Tapi dari sini, macam mana you cari kurungan? Tak ada kurungan kan? So, what we will do is, see carefully. We will put the kurungan here. Kita bawa bawah. Then, put in the kurungan x potong 2 kurungan x potong 9. That will be the answer you are looking for. Tapi let's go further. They ask you what is x? Apakah x? Okay? Or cari nilai x, or find x, or find the possible values for x. Apa you kena buat? You tahu ni x potong 2, x potong 9 actually is equal to 0. Kenapa? Sebab up here sometimes you will see is equal to 0. So it's actually equal to 0. Kalau kamu buat expansion, if you do expansion on this, you will get back this equation. Okay, let's do expansion now. I'll just show you. Yeah, let's just do expansion here. Okay, let's just do expansion here. Then we put the x here. Okay, this simple stuff. Okay, you already learned these things from 1. Okay, we put again a negative 2 here. Okay, x minus 9. Okay, x square 9x negative 2x. Positive 18, then you will have x square negative 11x positive 18. Nampak ini? Sama ke tak? Sama dengan yang ni. Maksudnya if you expand this, you will get back that. That is why here you akan equals to 0 because the one in front here akan bagi kamu jawapan yang sebelum ni sudah. Okay, so what happens is now they ask you, this is now the question. What is the question? Berikan nilai x. Find the value of x. Find the possible value of x. What you going to do? You akan pecahkan ni kepada 2. X minus 2 equal to 0. Okay? X minus 2 dengan 0. Pecahkan lagi x minus 9 dengan 0. Nampak ke tak? Sekarang you ada 2 equation. Satu, x potong 2 equals to 0. Second, x minus 9 equal to 0. What you have to do? Membuat this, what is this? Persamaan linear. So, we will do x equals to negative 2 bring to the right side, positive 2. X, negative 9 bring to the right side, positive 9. Jadi, if they ask you apakah nilai x, or what are the possible value of x is equal to 2, or x is equal to 9. Ada 2 jawapan. Okay? Ada 2 jawapan. Okay? So, if you're okay with that, let's do another example by ourselves here. Okay? So, first step, what do we do? Draw the L. Okay, draw the L, or if you want to call it the table, okay, pun boleh, draw the table. Okay, draw the table. Lepas tu, you akan buat apa? You will put in the terms yang kat bawah tu, we will put it in. So, 5y squared. Okay, put it in. Okay, this is the first term, second term, third term. Okay, lepas tu, kat tengah tu, you letak apa? You letak 3y ke? Tak, sebab 3y dan negatif 14 tu sudah disongsangkan. Yang term ketiga tu akan di tengah. Okay, 3y akan di belakang. Okay, since we are done with that, what happens is now let's find out apa darab akan bagi kamu 5y square. So what you will do is you akan letak y darab 5y akan bagi kamu 5y kuasa 2. Alright? Correct. Correct. After that, let's see negative 14. How do you make negative 14? You will take, what are the numbers given negative 14? Not many. I think 7, 2. Yes, 7, 2. So let's put a 7 and 2. Tak kisah positif ke negatif, you letak nombor dulu. Okay, 7 and 2. So tak boleh lari 7 darab 2, 14 So tak kisah positif ke negatif, letak dulu. After that, then you risaukan tentang positif negatif tu. So let's see. Okay, let's see. You nampak kat belakang tu dia sign is a positive. Okay, tapi the sign in the middle, which is the 14, has a negative sign. Maksudnya apa? Maksudnya untuk menjadikan kat tengah tu ada 14, kita tidak boleh menggunakan dua positif. Tidak boleh positif 7, positif 2. Itu takkan bagi kamu negative 14. We cannot use both negative. Negative 7, negative 2 tidak boleh sebab negatif tidak akan bagi kamu negatif, akan bagi kamu positif. Okay, so tak boleh. Maksudnya apa? The only way for you to do, since kedua-dua tidak boleh positif, kedua-dua tidak boleh negatif, the only one for you to do is satu nombor ada negatif, satu nombor ada positif. So in this case, why not let's put the negative on the 7. Let's put the negative on the 7. Okay, sekarang betul ke tak? Negatif 7 darab 2 akan bagi kamu negatif 14. That's betul. That's correct. Okay, so let's move on. Now, cross multiplication. Okay, cross multiplication. Let's do the first. Y and 2, you will get okay, so you get 2y here. Okay, I want to let you see the mistake. Okay, negative 7 and 5, you get negative 35y. Okay, tapi you nampak ke tak sini 3y? Kalau you buat macam ni, dapatkah bolehkah you dapatkan 3y? You cannot. You will get something like negative 33y. So what happens is, maksudnya the position of the two numbers in the middle is terbalik. Maksudnya tadi 2 kena kat atas dan negative 7 kena kat bawah. Kenapa? Once you do the cross multiplication, you will see. Just now 2 kat bawah, Y darab 2 akan bagi kamu 2Y. But now, negatif 7 kat bawah, negatif 7 darab Y akan bagi kamu negatif 7Y. And the 5Y, 5Y times the 2 give you 10Y. Sekarang, let's do on right side here, what do? You add 10Y plus with the negative 7Y. Negative 7Y, what do you get? Yes, that's correct. 10Y potong 7Y akan bagi kamu 3Y. So let's check again. Adakah terms, the first terms correct? Yes. Is the second term correct? Yes. Is the third term correct? Yes. Maksudnya dah selesai. But they ask you, what are the possible values of X or possible values of Y? Then kurungkan. Kurungkan. Bawanya ke bawah. Y tambah 2, 5Y potong 7 akan bagi kamu kosong. Then what do you do? Pecahkan lagi, pecahkan lagi. Then you will have two equation. One is here, one is here, kan? Y tambah 2 bagi kamu kosong, and 5Y minus 7 give you 0. What you do is, positive 2 move to the right side, Y, positive 2 move to the right side, positive become negative, and 5Y, negative 7 move to the right side, you get a 7, positive 7, and then the 5, you want to bring down to divide. So, 7 over 5. So, that will be your answer. Okay? So, the first value of Y is negative 2. Second value of Y is going to be 7 over 5. Okay, faham ah? Okay, so let's move on to the next part. Okay, sekarang kebat. Okay, jadi tadi kamu sudah belajar teknik macam mana nak buat pemfaktoran secara manual. Sekarang kita nak lihat macam mana nak mengaplikasikan teknik ini ke dalam soalan kebat. Let's see in soalan kebat how it will work. What happens is, they tell you, in the classroom, students were arranged in a position such that each row, okay, semua baris ada R plus 4 students, okay. And then if there are total of R square plus 19N plus 60 students, how many rows ada in the classroom? Okay, jadi semua baris ada R tambah 4 students, okay. Jumlah R kuasa 2 tambah 19N plus 16. Okay, I rasa ni N salah. I think N ni salah. I think N ni actually dia R. N ni dia actually R. Okay? N ni dia actually R. Okay. R kuasa 2 tambah 19R tambah 60. So now the question asking you, how many rows? Berapa baris? Jadi if you can think properly, actually, how you want to divide is, you will take jumlah, bagi dengan beberapa murid dalam satu baris. Beberapa murid dalam satu baris. So what you do is, what you do here, you take, okay, there are a few things you can do now. Okay, the first thing is, you will be able to factorize the terms on the top, which is this one. Boleh difaktorkan. Seperti menggunakan kaedah tadi. Okay, so we'll put inside the table. First, we'll put R squared. 60. 19R. Okay, how do you make R squared? You will take R times R to make R squared. Don't need to think. How do you make 60? Kalau you nampak kat tengah tu, ini positif, dekat ni positif juga, then don't need to think, memang kedua-dua nombor akan positif. So, we'll put a positive 4, positive 15. Okay? Okay, good. Then after that, how do you make cross multiplication? 4R. Plus you how many R? 15R, make 19R. Correct, everything correct. You check, betul. Okay? And then after that, kurungan. Then you bring the kurungan over here, bring the kurungan over here. R tambah 4 kurungan A tambah 15. Okay? After you factorize this, it will become this. Okay, fair enough. A plus 4. Kurungan. Nampak ke tak? R tambah 4 itu dalam kurungan, actually dia sama dengan yang ke atas. Jadi, if you have something that is on top and the bottom dia sama, what you can do? You can cancel out. Jadi, kita potongkan saja dan entire kurungan R tambah 4. Jadi, you will get your answer. Answer dia akan jadi R tambah 15. Jadi, kamu akan dapat R tambah 4 murid dalam satu baris dan kamu ada R tambah 15 baris. Okay, you will have R plus 4 students per row and you will have R plus 15 rows. R plus 15 rows. Okay, now you ask me why the answer is like that is because you don't know what R is. Okay, kamu tidak tahu nilai A, tapi you just need to do the mathematical, the factorizing and all that just to get down to the answer to be R plus 15. Okay? Okay, so that's all. Come. Next part. Okay, so we're done with that. Now let's do adding and subtraction algebraic expression. So we have algebraic expression. Okay? So you see, algebraic fractions are fractions which has an algebraic expression as the numerator or denominator or both. Maksudnya apa? Kamu ada pecahan. Okay, ya, fraction. Fraction. You have the numerator on the top, you have the denominator on the bottom. What happens is, kalau ada huruf algebra ataupun nilai yang kamu tidak tahu, automatically it become nilai algebra. Okay, so what happens is, asalkan ada nilai algebra kat dalam pecahan itu, that will be an algebraic fraction. So now they are asking you, macam mana kamu mencari nilai algebra ni by solving the all the mathematical steps until you get to something like this now. A tambah 15. It's true, kita tidak akan tahu beberapa baris. Okay, cuma kita dapat tahu jawapannya A tambah 15 baris saja. Tapi kalau you nak minta beberapa bilangan, kita tak boleh bagi. Hanya kita dapat bagi R tambah 15. So that's what we're going to do. Asalkan kita nampak soalan yang tanya tentang solving algebraic expression, kita more or less tidak akan dapat nilainya secara as in a nombor kita tak dapat ambil nombor bulat sebab kita ada huruf algebra, means kita ada nilai yang kita tak pasti. So what happens is we will need to add and subtract until we get something like just now, the R plus 15. So what happens is for us to do this, we have to make sure that the fractions have the same denominator. Maksudnya apakah yang kat bawah pecahan tu kena sama. Okay, so if you look at the first one, y over 8, that means you must make sure that at the bottom there, all the pecahan in that same equation is going to be 8. Because we have something like this, R over 8 plus A over 5, A over 5. Then you have B over C. That you have to make sure at the bottom, they will all make into the same one. Then you can do. Okay, so that's what we call the same denominator. Jadi, if you look at this one, A over A plus B, you must make sure that all the terms inside an equation, inside an expression, will always have the same denominator. Okay, jadi apakah huruf algebra yang kat bawah ataupun nilai yang kat bawah mestinya sama. Jadi, if you have the same expression or the same denominator at the bottom, what happens is you can cantumkan semua pecahan kepada satu pecahan saja. You will try to merge or put everything together into one pecahan only, okay, into one fraction. Now, if the algebraic expression require expansion and factorization, that means if you need to expand it or factorize it before you add or subtract, you will have to do it first. Okay, you have to do it first. If you do expansion and subtraction, we do it first. Okay, like this one, like this one. We are doing some other things here. Okay, want to try to divide. But if you can see, there is something that we can actually factorize first up here. So, we must factorize first, then we continue. Okay, then we continue. Okay, come, let's try. Okay, seems like very easy question. How do? We will take, okay, sekarang kita nampak satu N. Okay, kat bawah denominator, satu N, satu NS. Now, maksudnya we have to make them into the same. How do we make them the same? Kita akan darab X dekat sini untuk menjadikannya kat bawah NS. That means 4S times F, we get 4S square. At the bottom, N times S, we get NS. Plus, now, on the right side, just copy 20 over NS. Nampak ke tak, denominator at the bottom is going to be the same already. What happens is, you boleh jantumkan dot-dot pecahan ini, 4S square plus with a 20 over the entire NS, and it's done. But if you realize what you can do here, is okay, there's nothing, there's nothing. So S square, okay, that's all. Jadi siap dekat sini. Okay, very singkat. This is very singkat question. That's all. Okay, but let's see the bottom one. If you can do other things apart from factorizing, okay, maybe you can simplify. Okay, let's see. Okay, sekarang di kat bawah satu dot P, satu dot S. You have to make them into the same. So what happens is, you know here when you have dot P, what it is missing. Okay, apakah huruf yang tidak berada dalam the terms 2PE is S. So kamu kena darab S untuk meletakkan S ke dalam dot P. Same here, 2S. You know what is missing? The P. Jadi kamu kena darab P untuk meletakkan P ke dalam terms 2S. So what we will do is we will times properly lah. 21PS times S, 21PS square over 2PS minus 11P square. 2ps. Cantumkan 21ps square minus 11p square will give you 2p over 2ps. Okay, sekarang you nampak? Can you see actually the p happened a few times. Here is one time, here there's two times. So what you will do is factorize the p out. Okay, factorize the p out. So it becomes the p you bring out. Okay, the p you bring out 21s square minus with 11p. There's one more p here, still one more p here, because that one is p kuasa 2, so there's one more p here, then 2ps. After that, what do you do? Potongkan the p. Potongkan. Then what do you be left? You will be left 21s square minus 11p over 2s. Okay? That's what I meant by simplifying. Okay, this part is called the simplifying part. Okay, jadi tadi kat sini dah habis lah. Okay, tak ada apa-apa yang boleh dibuat, so we will leave it there. But untuk yang boleh what do you call it, simplified, we will try to make it simplified. Okay. Kalau ada yang boleh disingkatkan, kita akan singkatkannya. Okay. So now let's see. Anything else? Got? Okay. Hard question. Okay, very hard question. But never mind, we'll try to do it. So what you will do is, the first thing is, you will try to make this factorization and expansion first. So if you can see, there is an equation here, x square minus 4x minus 32. Yang ini kamu boleh membuat pemfaktoran. So what happens is, you will use the earlier method just now. Okay, the one with the table. But we will just put the answer here. So if you do that method in the table, you will get the answer x minus 8 in the bracket, x plus 4 in the bracket. Then the bottom one you just copy, xy minus 8y minus, and then on the top there, what can you do? What can you do? Okay, you can expand this one. You can expand this one. What is the rule? If you have a minus b square, you will make it become a square minus 2ab plus b square. So the same thing goes to here. This will be your a, this will be your b. So you will make it into bigger. Oh, sorry, not a, x. So x square, negative 3y times 2 will give you negative 6y. And then after that, 6xy, sorry, 6xy, there's an x in front, 6xy. And then you take positive, because negative square will become positive, will give you 3 square, 9y square, and then minus with 9y square over xy. Okay, over xy. So what can you do? Buangkan benda yang kamu tidak perlukan. Okay, actually there's something here. There's something here. Nampak ke tak? We can take out the y. Take out the y. Y here mah. Y here mah. Take out the y. Then you get x minus 8. Fantastic. Sekarang, you cross out everything you don't need. X minus 8 don't need cross out. Plus 9y square, minus 9y square, they will cancel each other. Cross out don't need. Okay, dah, selesai. So, let's go to the next level. Okay, go to the next level. X plus 4 over y minus with x square minus 6xy over with xy. Okay, after that, we have to make the denominator the same. Okay, sekarang kita nak cantumkan kedua-dua pecahan ni. Cantumkan. So, what we will do is, over here, we will multiply. Now is y ma, we multiply with an x. Here is xy, so don't need to touch that part. Let's just multiply x on one side. So, x times x, x square. 4 times x, 4x. Bottom, y times x, xy. Then minus with x square minus 6xy over xy. After that, kamu kena cantumkan kedua-dua pecahan ni. So what you do is, the whole thing you put under xy, and then after that, you copy x square plus 4x. Okay, now I want you to be careful. Sekarang, you take this negative, letakkan ke dalam dua terms ini. Okay, so what happens is, negative or minus x square, you will put minus x square. But over here, because you have two negative, one negative here, one negative here, you will become positive 6xy. That is where to be careful. A lot of students will have trouble doing that part. Okay. Now, what else can we cancel? X square, negative x square cancel. Then it will end up with 4x plus 6xy over xy. Can you do any factorization? Yes, definitely, most definitely. On top there, we see the x is a repeat. Here x, here x, here you can have 2 repeat. So we take the 2 out, you take the x out, then you will have 2 plus 3y. Okay, over xy. Can simplify or not? Can. X cut out. Okay, then we end up with 2 bracket 2 plus 3y over y. Okay, so that's your final answer. Dah, siap. Nothing else to simplify, you put it there. Okay, inilah maksudnya kita tidak akan sampai ke jawapan yang adalah nombor bulat ataupun apa-apa nombor sebab kita ada huruf algebra ataupun nilai yang kita tidak pasti. Jadi as long as we are able to go through all the steps here, sampailah ke pecahan yang lebih singkat ni, that means your job is done. Your job is done. Okay, now let's see. Multiplying and dividing. Multiplying and dividing are more straightforward. Yes, this is just straightforward, don't need to do anything. Okay, multiply numerator with numerator maksudnya apa? Numerator, okay, macam ni ya, macam ni. Numerator darab numerator, you get numerator. Denominator darab denominator, you get denominator. Okay, done. So in division, convert to a multiplication, same thing lah. It's just this one. Okay, sorry ya. If you have the division, this is a primary 6 stuff. If you have division, you akan menjadikannya tukar, songsankan the second fraction. Okay, done. Dan if factorization is necessary, same, kamu akan buat pemfaktoran dulu kalau ada apa pendaraban ataupun pembahagian untuk buat. Okay, then in combined operations, remember the BODMAS rule. Okay, this is we have done yang berulang-ulang sudah, BODMAS. So this chapter, it is already finished up to here. Okay, we are actually done with this chapter. For the chapter 2, the entire algebraic expression chapter, we have done through all these factors, factorization. Okay, so that will be all. You just have to look at some of the KBAT questions to see if any exercises we can do. So if you have any questions, remember to drop it down in the comments. Okay, I will answer them. Remember to join my Telegram study group because in there we will have a lot of videos, answers being shared, or you can talk to your other PT3 friends. Invite your friends in so that if you have any questions in terms of your workbook or apa latihan yang diberikan oleh cikgu, you can put it inside the groups and then we can help each other to answer. Okay, I believe that is kita boleh buat satu community yang akan bantu kawan-kawan kita untuk menyelesaikan soalan mereka. Okay, so that kita semua boleh berjaya bersama-sama dalam PT3 yang akan datang. Okay, I think that's the best way for us to learn if we learn from each other. Okay, so that is what we will do. And then remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see more new videos. Click the bell so that you can hear the notifications as soon as I upload a new video. So until the next video, remember, study smart, study fast, and you'll be number 1. Goodbye.